No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 188. Metz, Queensland, Australia, 10:52 p.m. Not yet in control of his emotions, concern for Joey caused Pilatray to stand, assume a facade of composure, and then return to his backyard. Stepping onto his patio, he found Joey, arms wrapped around herself, pacing east to west within his small backyard. Brow furrow, he asked, "What are you doing?" before immediately altering his countenance to one of contrition as he surmised that she was pacing in order to stay warm. Surmise, suppose that something is true without having evidence to confirm it. "I am so sorry," he said, rushing towards her with arms extended and bent at the elbow. Flopping his hands repeatedly towards himself at the wrists, an invitation to come to him. "Please, please," he said, voice filled with concern. "Come inside." Reaching her, he wrapped his right arm around her shoulders and walked her towards his back door. Opening the door, he declared, "I am so sorry," as he ushered her in, then closed the door. Standing in the kitchen, he wrapped his arm around her for warmth and again said, "I am so sorry. I did not know I would be so long. Come into the living room. There is a blanket on the divan that you can wrap around yourself. Would you like more tea?" "I'm fine," Joey said, embarrassed by his concern. "Just a bit chilled." Bobbling her head left to right, she added, "Tea would be nice," as she followed Pilatray into the living room and sat on the couch where she allowed him to wrap the blanket around her shoulders. "I am so sorry," he said again. "I will boil water for tea. Just one moment," he said, scurrying into the kitchen and again pouring water into his teapot and placing it on the stove to boil. Poking his head in the living room, he held up his left hand with index finger pointing skyward and said, "One moment," before going into his backyard, replacing the chairs to their proper places beneath the table, collecting the dishes and placing them in the kitchen sink. "I am so sorry," he declared for the 5th time. "I will have tea soon. The ASIO agent inadvertently brought forth painful memories, and I momentarily turned inward. Please forgive me." "Forgive you?" Joey said with a smile, patting the couch next to her. "There is nothing to forgive. I am fine. Sit with me, though, to lend me warmth." "Of course," Pilatray replied, sitting so their bodies touched as he wrapped his arm around her shoulders. "I think I provided Agent Voss with what he needed concerning Brentsy's security system. He had questions, of course, including how long I have known Brentsy, how intimate we were, and how much I know of his Jane Ross security system. When he asked how long I have known him, I provided the 27th of July, 1997, a very specific date, and that led to why I know the date so well. Do you remember seeing news of the disaster from Canberra, Australia, hospital implosion on July 13th, 1997? Jeremy Taylor, a theology professor at University of Queensland, died in the debacle, and Brentsy was subsequently hired as his replacement. The first Sunday of the semester, we had a memorial service for Jeremy on the 3rd of August in Building 38, the chapel. It was filled beyond capacity, and many students stood outside and listened via public address. Taylor was a good man and a good friend, and Voss's questions on the trauma of reliving Brentsy's attack on me and the telepathy nonsenses left me vulnerable. After my phone call, I was lost in terrible, sad memories and needed a moment to compose myself. I do hope Brent Carter Brentsy is brought to justice. As do I, Pilatray, Joey said, patting his knee. As do I, just as the teapot began to whistle. "You sit," she commanded, standing and leaving the blanket behind. "I will fetch the tea," she said, smiling, blowing him a kiss, then hurrying into the kitchen.